A warm welcome to all my dear students of class 9. Today we are going to learn about the revolution of the earth and the change of season. Before starting this, first we will learn what is called revolution. The movement or motion of the earth around the sun is called revolution. The revolution of the earth is much longer than its rotation on its axis. We know that to complete one revolution, the earth follows a fixed path which is called the orbit. It takes 365 days and 6 hours to complete one revolution, which is equal to 1 year. But for the sake of convenience, we do not take into account this extra 6 hours and we consider only 365 days. And every after 4 years, this 1 day is added as a leap day in the 4th year, which is called a leap year. So this thing we have earlier also studied. Now the earth's orbital path is not a perfect circle but an ellipse. This creates areas where the earth at time is further away from the sun than at other time. The earth travels at an average distance of about 150 million kilometers during one revolution around the sun. The average speed is lower when it is further away from the sun and faster when it is closer to the sun. So in this chapter we will learn about the change of season 2. The axis of the earth is an imaginary line on which the earth rotates. It links up the two poles. The axis of the earth is tilted at an angle of 23.5 degrees during a revolution. The tilting of the earth axis results in direct sunlight falling in different places on the earth during different seasons. This causes variation of day and night and change of season. So, when the sun is overhead, we call this overhead sun. At this time, the earth's surface and midday sun formed a 90-degree angle. Different location of overhead sun result in variation of solar radiation received in different areas and in different period. So, the occurrence of season is caused by the revolution of the earth around the sun and the inclination of the earth's axis. On 21st March, the vertical rays of the sun at the equator. On this day, the northern hemisphere have spring equinox and southern hemisphere have autumn equinox. The angle of the sun decreases towards the pole. On this day, the two hemispheres receive the same amount of solar radiation. On this day, throughout the world, it is equal day and night. Now, again, the overhead sun at the Tropic of Cancer. On 21st June, on the northern hemisphere, it is summer solstice and in the southern hemisphere is winter solstice. The angle of the sun decreases towards the pole. In this time, the daytime is longest than the night. So all the area in the northern hemisphere have longer day and shorter night. Beside 24 hours of day, Arctic Circle have 6 months of continuous daytime and Antarctic Circle have 6 months of continuous night. The northern hemisphere and the north pole are inclined toward the sun, whereas the southern hemisphere and the south pole are inclined away from the sun. Now, the apparent movement of the sun towards the equator on 21st June onwards. On 22nd September, the sun is vertical over the equator and the position is called autumnal equinox. All the places on the surface of the earth have equal day and night. The north and the south pole are neither inclined towards nor away from the sun, and the angle of the sun decreases towards the pole on this day. On this day, the two hemispheres receive the same amount of solar radiation, and the length of day and night is equal at all places on the earth. After this day is shorter, the day is shorter than night in northern hemisphere, and day is longer than night in southern hemisphere, and there is a spring equinox in the southern hemisphere. Now next is the winter solstice. After 22nd September, the sun once again moves toward the southern hemisphere. The southern hemisphere at this point is tilted toward the sun, and the northern hemisphere is tilted away from the sun. The southern hemisphere receives the direct rays of the sun, whereas the northern hemisphere receives the inclination rays of the sun. The sun is directly over the Tropic of Capricorn on 22nd or 21st December. On this day, there is a maximum heat and light reception by the southern hemisphere. This position is called the winter solstice. The days are longer and the nights are shorter over the southern hemisphere, and the opposites happens in northern hemisphere. The southern hemisphere experiences summer while northern hemisphere experiences winter.